YouTube, what's going on? I hope I don't have no technical difficulties. We're going to find out very soon. I had a 7-minute live going and it went yesterday. Let's see. Everything seems like it's working. Let's see. I'm at a total different time slot too. You know what? Hang on. Someone just came. Pain. I'll be right there. There it is. Oh, Lord. Oh, Senuity. Let's see. Okay. The phone was underneath the computer. Big Lou, my Carnell. What's going down, brother? And Pain Like Bane. I need my sunglasses. That was good. That was funny. Oh, let's do this. What's going down, Yankees? How are you today, sir? Yesterday, my life got all messed up. I think you, who else was here? Not that I have a memory or anything. It was you and one other faithful. Mob Rats, too. And I don't know what happened. Everything just went nuts. I'm waiting for it to go nuts again, but it seems to be pretty good. I'm in a different time slot, so who knows? Mrs. Carroll, how are you? I hope you're having a great evening and a good weekend. And Mrs. Carroll, always praying for the brother and your son. I didn't know all about that before, and that's something else. You always have our prayers here to heroes all the time. Just wanted to drop that in. I seen it came in, so I didn't want to forget. Big Lou, what are you doing tonight? What's going on? Anytime, Carol. Yeah, I did the same thing everybody else did. I unsubscribed, subscribed again to get the notification bells. I wasn't getting no notification bells. I was so mad. Oh, what are you gonna do? This is crazy. It's a computer. What are you gonna do? What's going down, sis? You've been having some jamming shows. I wish I wasn't so tired. The old man wasn't so tired to watch a lot and participate. But I'm there in spirit. You know that in faith. Oh, and the weekend I had, and let me kick that real fast while I have some people. The festival, the zoo, too busy, too busy. She asked me the other night, where are you getting all this energy from? Our guests, we even lost track of where we were with everything. It's been so busy, but it's been so fun. Mob Rats too. What's going down, brother? Glad you're joining us. Yeah, the festival was great. It was the first time it's been back in years. It just went different places, and it was such a fun time between the food. They didn't have no rides, but the food and everything else was just great. I had so much fun. Nobody even knew anybody was going. I met up with a couple buddies, and then afterwards, that was it. So, and it was so I was so disappointed. I was at the best cigar bar club around, and there was no videos there. So I wish I could have brought that to you guys. I know a good cigar, and but anyways, the food was delicious, and everything else. And the zoo, let me tell you something. The zoo was great. It was so much fun. I haven't been there in like 25, maybe 30 years. I didn't want to say nothing to the girls. So, I mean, everything is different. It's so much fun. Go to your local zoo or check it out. Maybe I mean, it's such a good time. Let me just see what's going down in the chat, folks. See if I missed anybody, like I always do. Yeah, it was like I had this six what time? 6:30, quarter to seven. Let me try now. I never been on past 3 o'clock. I said I have a little energy. I had everything done for work. I got everything ready for tomorrow. I'm like, you know what? Let me see if the computer, the internet's working. I'm like, that's all I have to do is press delete and it's gone again. So that's the best thing about technical difficulties, or if you're having them or something goes wrong, delete. Yeah, I said I'll catch up. I'm like working. I don't know if I'll ever catch up on a live this week, but we'll see. And I'll bring you some good content from where I'm working this week. It should be nice. Yeah, Big Lou, the weather's nice right now too. I mean, it's hot. It's been hot this weekend, but this week coming up, it's supposed to cool down. I love my cool days. The sun is killer anymore. What else did I want to? Yeah, so go to your local zoo, your local zoo. It's so much fun. And I give a shout out to give my condolences to Angel with Bella. Angel, I hope you're doing good with that. It's always a heartbreak. And let me recognize one other of my favorite subscribers. I was hoping maybe he might be sleeping though. I don't know, across the pond. My man Joe D. Let's talk about that for a minute. When he comes back in, I'll bust him up a little bit. He asked me how I stayed so thin. What's the secret? Spill the beans. He was like, Dean, why do you stay so thin? Give us the secret, this and that. With all that food and everything on go to tell us. Come on. I'm like, in a short little thing, I couldn't wait till he came on. And I told him, with my metabolism, Joe, and the nervous energy I have built up already in me, wiry. I've been wiry my whole life. It's just fast, quick, and that's just the way it is. I mean, between construct sports and then construction, it's just like I said. I don't even eat lunch sometimes. We work through lunch. No, we get paid for it, and it's great. It's good money, and you just get used to that. You take a coffee break. You don't eat again. You unwind. Your metabolism is just go, 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 go. I mean, we don't take many breaks in construction. It don't ain't all what it's cut out to be, folks. It's go, go, go a lot. So, and then like I said, your metabolism when you get home. I get home 4:30 after we start early. I mean, I can't even unwind yet. I gotta relax, have my coffee, turn on some music, this computer. I don't know. It's tough for me to unwind. Then when you're ready to eat, you're like, I don't know. Bella and Friends. I like it. I like it. Meets Bella it was like a rhyme. That was nice too. Yeah, you can't miss out on both. Thanks for joining, Bella. Really appreciate it. Yeah, so I mean that's how I keep the fighting weight, folks. I mean, we love to eat good around here. It's the one thing we do. We eat good around here. I mean, it's the only thing we really like to do. And I love to cook. So what are you gonna do? It's so much fun. You know what? I've been saying for years, I wish I could just gain like maybe 10, 15, 20 pounds. I would love to carry the extra weight, see the way I burn weight off. I'm like, man, yeah, watch. One day it'll hit me like a ton of bricks and the weight will just keep piling on after I probably retire this year. Who knows? We'll see how that goes. Well, you still got the same avatar, Bella. That's smooth. So what else? Has anybody got in? Anybody want to come on? Anybody got want to talk for a second? I got a little time. If anybody wants to shoot the shit here, come on. You could keep Dean do company for a second. And there's like two other things I wanted to hit off on, and I forgot all about. I mean, the sports too. I mean, I want to get back into the. It's not that I'm not into it or anything, but the sports, I love sports, and being consumed with work, cooking, which is now a staple on my platform, and Vito. I mean, I get a couple, you know, nice sports things, but I haven't even covered anything on the Yankees this year. I'm like, Dean, dude, what are you doing? I'm like, come on now. Gigi, how are you, my paisan? Glad you're aboard. How are you today? What's going down? We're just shooting the shit. I had some technical difficulties yesterday, so I thought, let me jump on later and see how it goes. So everything's working good now. Thanks for coming in, Gianni. Thank you. We were talking about the festival, all that good stuff. Let me see if I could do this with the quickness. You know what? I'll tell you what. Beautiful. It's not hard. If I ain't doing something every day, but you don't learn till you do it and you try it and you do it and you try it. That's the fun part of everything. I'll tell you that tripe yesterday, Gianni. I know everybody looks at it like this. It was delicious, Gianni. They gave me some bread too to bring home after the tripe. Right away, the butter on the bread. Yeah, yeah. I don't have to tell you. I was exploding yesterday, and then I had the nerve to. My buddy gave me some fillets. I had the nerve to cook them up. Well, of course, Beto was like, "Come on, get out there, cook them fillets." Are you kidding me? I don't eat that tripe shit. But he did eat the sauce. Boy, did he lick that sauce up. Because of Ubats, I am. He bots everything. Oh, you know what? Where is she? Oh, let me get you up there. You are. I've been looking. I seen you yesterday, Mr. Christmas, in the chats. I was so tired. I said, "Where's my buddy been there? How you doing, Lloyd? Pleasure to have you on my show. I'm in the laborers, Lloyd, in in Buffalo, the laborers union. I love it. I've been doing it for 36 years. It's all I know how to do, buddy. So I'm retiring this year, maybe next year. So still a little young, but it's all I know how to do. Tough work, buddy. Dirty hands, clean money. That's it, my whole life, bro. So if you're in a trade, if you want to get down and talk about it, just get on, buddy. I dropped the link. If you're in a trade or do that kind of work, want to shoot the shit about it, this is the place. All right, let me catch up here. Yeah, Bella. Eh, everything's slow, Bella, but it's moving. Before I know it, I'll be at 700 and it'll go. Nah, like my girls tell me, are you kidding me? You got there with no time to know. Don't even worry about it with what you got. If if I had the subscribers of the views I had, Bella, I would have about 2,000 subscribers. I mean, figure it out. Look at Dindu's views. I'm like, everybody's like, with the views you should have 2,000 subscribers, 1,500, easy, Dindu. I'm like, I know. What are you gonna do? No, everything takes time. Everything. Boy, you were being detained in Venezuela. Hey, I won't talk about it. I wish you all the best of luck. Oh, yeah. So we take it slow, Bella. We did everybody, all my great subscribers I have now. Thank God. Listen, your platform is just your shell, and a lot of us explain it. Your subscribers are your heart, your inside. I mean, that's what keeps me going. I mean, like I said, if I had one person, if I help, that's all good. But you start building a following, you start people, good people. I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, that's what I love about it. And the YouTube and getting to know people, it's just great. I mean, where else can you do this nowadays? It's 2022. You can't go out anymore. You can't do this. You can't do that. I won't even walk into a social, a bar to be social. You don't know what kind of people. Yeah, just way too old for it. When I could sit right here and talk on the computer to some real good people, can't beat that. And I spent a week with a gentleman that I met this week with Nelson from No Fly Zone. What a great time this week was. I mean, my girls have said, where'd you get the energy for all this, Dad? All this, you've been with this YouTube. There ain't too many things to do at my age anymore. And, when you're working and you're going for retirement. And Miss Carol, that's it. I mean, if we ain't talking dogs, sports, construction, men, women, uh, ain't no rock and rolling at the English. Never will be. Neither I have the time, okay, or the fucking patience for that shit. I'll tell you right now. Not me. Not me. Easiest way to get rid of the Hindu is starting a fight and drama and all that. I'll tell you right now. I love to talk. Listen, there's content creators on here. They do their thing. I love them. Are you kidding me? And Dindu ain't got no shame in his game. I mention people. I mention topics. That's what it's all about. That's what YouTube is. Watch, observe, and talk about it. Oh, don't mention this. Oh, don't mention this. Oh, don't. Nah, go see. Right here, I tell everybody. If you're going to talk about something, what the hell? You got to explain what you're talking about. I mean, it's just crazy. Yeah, I mean, just listen, come correct, come straight. That's it. I got enough. I'll tell you what, with the people in here, like I said, just start bopping people over the head. I don't want to hear nothing. It's just all that. Oh, my brother Carlos, what's going down, Los? Good to have you in. Good to have you in, brother. What else? How else could you be blessed? I got two already from the no-fly zone, and Dindu's happy, and everybody else. It feels like our chats are exactly alike. I love it. Like I said, I've never been on this late before. What time? 7 o'clock. I'm usually winding down, getting ready to watch everybody else. It's too funny. Oh, that's great, Gianni. Gianni, I love talking to other men that's done this construction their whole life. And I mean, that's where the real tough guys are. Dindu calls them the blue collar, legitimate tough guys. That's what I call them. I mean, we have laborers, carpenters, we have iron workers, we have operators, we have steam fitters, I could go on and on. I mean, These are the toughest guys I've ever seen. I mean, it amazed me. That's what turned me on about the whole thing. I mean, it's my kind of jungle. I mean, you hear a couple guys talking, you know, go bust concrete all day for 10, 12 hours. Okay. And then run into a punk after work. They have no clue. They have no clue. Wise guys, this, that, they have no clue. Uh, our hands are like rock. We hit like mules. I mean, I don't know. It's just, it's like, it's always the sport of that trade of construction. It is. There's so much pride and ego and integrity in it, especially, trade work. You'll get some doozers, man. You'll get some real men too. Yeah, they are, Carlos. Like I just said, they're the toughest guys I know. Toughest guys I know. I mean, don't get me wrong. You're fighters, all that. Strongest, toughest, baddest guy in the world is a boxer. That's Dean Doo's take on it. There ain't no better guy. Like my daddy used to say, the toughest Dean Doo, the baddest man in the world, is the heavyweight champion of the world. I used to say, yeah, that's the guy that could beat every weight down and beat everybody. Man, he was right. Imagine if Mike Tyson ever fought a lightweight, middleweight, or featherweight. Yeah, okay. Or Rocky Marciano or Muhammad Ali or them guys. They'd kill everybody. But yeah, it's just. And then nowadays you have your UFC. Your Brazilian Jiu Jitsu that I took when I was a kid. Are you kidding me? I could imagine now if I ran into a Brazilian Jiu Jitsu guy. He'd wrap me up like a pretzel. I'd be. Are you kidding me? I'd probably run out of air first. Oh, hey Gianni, you know what it's called, brother? Hustling and balling, brother. Everybody does it. I mean, you work hard, you work hard, you work hard, you work hard. Me, something comes your way once in a while. God bless you. If, Nana used to do it in Italian in the name of the Padre, the Spirit of the Sea. God bless you. Ah, you got to make out one time. If you make out here and there, if it fell off the truck, shut up and bring it home. Sit-te and skazazit, Jesus. That means sit down and shut up. Oh, too funny. A bricklayer knocked in a apprentice. Lloyd, I tell you what. I work with bricklayers. I tell you what. In our in our spot, bricklayers and laborers are like this. Carpenters, carpenters and laborers are like this. Okay, and what I've seen and been involved in, Lloyd, me and you could probably tell stories all night long, buddy. I'll tell you. And if I ever put the videos up, Lloyd, I got some good videos you'd really like. Oh, yeah, Carlos, it is what it is. How about the one time this guy got beat up? He got beat up because the coffee truck was in the wrong spot. How about the time the guy didn't pick up his tools? How about the time the JLG, the lift that goes up on four wheels, wasn't moved back a foot, and the carpenter had to get in there and build his form? How about walking on a laborer's floor after he just swept it for chalk lines and string lines? And then look out if they get disrespected, any of these guys, like, right here, you do it. You're okay. Oh, funny shit. Anybody want to get on and tell a couple construction war stories? Come on. I'll drop the link. Let me know. Oh, that's right up my alley. You can't. Wait, how about the time? I'm not going to keep going. That's it. Hey, Lloyd, One day we'll talk about picket lines. Oh, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. Carlos, sorry. I love you, man. And then you become best friends. How about the one fight Dindu got in about 8 years ago? I fought two carpenters. And that's, I'm not going to say nothing about that. And I love these guys. Right away, the superintendent, I'll call the cops right now. This, you'll do what? Are you kidding me? I got it on video. We videotaped it. There was two against one. They were assaulting. What? All the owners, everybody, everybody's there. Huh? I said, I'm going to kiss these two guys, shake hands, and we're going to go back to work. You think I want somebody else coming here? And they looked at me like I was insane. The owner of the company was picking me up and down, kissing me. And, really? And that was it. We became best friends after that. Are you kidding me? Sometimes you just gotta, you gotta rock and roll. Oh, oh, Lloyd, whenever you're ready. I need somebody to talk about good stuff like that. It's hard to find. Oh, that'll be a good time. That's right up Dean's alley. I, I'll make you better get a diaper ready. I'll make you have some good laughs. With just my stupidity alone, you know. Oh, I keep talking and keep talking. Anybody want to come on? Take my come on. Oh, yeah, bricklayers are strong. I mean, all day setting block, all that, putting up with the labor shit. Hey Lloyd, what about the trowel hitting the board? Mud. I got your freaking mud. Okay, you're slapping on. Lloyd, check this one out. Get ready for this one. One time, my boy, he's a bricklayer. So they all go to lunch. I go to lunch. My carpenter boss goes, get him, get Joe, get him good. Come on, Dean. Are you ready? They threw all their garbage in our window where I just cleaned off the scaffold. So right away during lunch, they left the mud on the boards. Dean goes, gets a brick. I put it in the mud, filled up the thing. Lloyd, when he came back, the labor goes just like this. Bang! Oh, the shovel went flying. He's like, oh my rent. I'm like, oh my god. The carpenter lost it. He was a 6'6" carpenter on the ground, laughing his ass off. He's like, did you see? I almost got into so much trouble after that. Well, thank God I knew the labor, and he knew my sense of humor. My boss yelled at me, "What if he would have broke his wrist, you asshole?" And the best part of it all, I was the steward on the job too. Okay, how do you explain that one? Oh, you like jokes. You like jokes. So whenever you're ready to get down, bro, that's only the tip of the iceberg. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, who came in? I see Carol saying hello to somebody. Westies, what's going down, brother? Always glad to have you here, of course. Oh, too funny, too funny. I like just got me on construction stories. Shut up, Dean. Do shut up. Boy, I don't even look at your sheet. I'm shocked. Oh, that's too funny. Too funny. Here, hang on. Let practice one more time. I'm practicing. Let's see. What people stop bothering me during life. That didn't work. Hang on. Let's try this. Okay, is it copy link then to clipboard? Okay, it says copied. Let's see. That's all. You know what? It's the construction hands. When you press these buttons, my fingers, I'll tell you. Mubland. How are you, sir? Glad to have you here. I always wanted to do that when you can mubland. That one guy used to do that. Westies, you're a carpenter? We have a carpenter in the house. Yeah, now Dindo's getting excited. We were just talking, Westies. Bricklayers, carpenters, laborers, operators, iron workers. But Westies, I am a totally carpenter orientated laborer. I've been with a company for 30 years. And I'll tell you what, the best company around, dude. Uh, at one time, people thought I was a carpenter. I was with these guys forever. And they'd be like, we thought you were a carpenter. I'm like, no, I'm a laborer, man. I just, these are my boys. Oh, but some good shit. I was just talking about a fight I got in with my carpenter and this and that, and how they were this, that, and this. We kissed, made up, and went back to work like two men. I won't tell the whole story again. Carol might run. Oh boy, they're talking about fighting again. Before my one of my girls comes down, what are you talking about? Please. I made a video of me and Vito. I felt like I was depriving Vito, so I made a song video of me and Vito earlier, and everybody's going nuts over it. I tell you the things you could do with this technology. Bingo, Lloyd. Why? One day, if you want to get into it, let me know what went down, bro. Because you know how many guys have that same situation. Oh, I mean, I know guys have been started out as laborers, they're carpenters, laborers, operators. I mean, and me, which was nice. I retired once already, so I'm just just waiting for the full pension, like about 600 more hours, and that's it. So I stuck it out, and what are you gonna do, man? I'll tell you one thing: I am beat down. I am beat down from this work. Any man and woman that does this work, God bless you. I'll tell you what, we deserve everything we get, you know. And we should have one special thing. Like in the end, when you do get sick, some guys get sick, their health, and they gotta wait for that pension. I mean, you'd think there would be something where these people could get their pension and their money. You know what I mean? I don't know. What are you gonna do? I heard a beat. What's going? Hang on. Let me. Westies.
What's happening, Angie?
How are you, sir? Let me up the volume so I could hear you. Oh, there it is. Okay. What's
It's
going
fun.
on?
It's funny you're talking about the trades. I emigrated here in 1999, and I did masonry work. I laboured to stonemasons and bricklayers and blocklayers, and I did that for 3 years. But it was too bloody hard during the summer for me outside in the extreme heat. Although I could do it, I was like, you know what, man. And then in the winter, I didn't know anybody, and I always kept getting laid off during the winter. And any of the money I saved up during the summer and the good months, I was using it during when I was had off. So I, you know what, I'm going to get into carpentry because they're busy all year round, and that's how I became a carpenter.
Nice. You know what? Westies, a lot of guys do the same thing. I said they start out as laborers. They'll go on to be a carpenter, an operator. Carpenter will come on to be a laborer. He don't want to put up with the work. Like you said, it's usually summertime's pumping big. winter times layoffs, it slows down all the time. So a lot of guys will shake and bake and really get their passion of what they want to do. So we see that a lot here. We do. And me,
Yeah.
I I could have been. I went to school to be a plumber, Westies, and you want to talk about wasted talent? I, after sports, I got married real young. I jumped into the laborers, dude, and I got put on every pipe job we ever got. It was great because one day I got a phone call to go to a pipe company, and I'm like, yeah, my first pipe. This was back in the '90s, early '90s. I was a kid yet, so when I got there, the only thing Beandu wanted, of course, I had to dig ditches, holes, all their digging. I'm like, hell with this, man. You know what? I'm gonna lay some pipe. When their foremen see me laying pipe, dude, they were like, boy, did we get our money's worth. You know how to lay pipe? I said, I went to McKinley High School here in our city. He goes, what? You went there and you're not a plumber, dude? I'm like, hey, I took a left-hand turn when I was supposed to take a right-hand turn. Sorry. Westies, for me to go through an apprentice program, I would have lost double my rate as a kid.
Mm.
Like I was making 24.80 an hour. So if I was going to become an apprentice, I was only going to make 12.20 an hour. So for that 4 years, I'm like, man, no way. I got a family, man. I got a lifestyle. I'm young. And I'm like, nope. And I let it go. I wasn't thinking like a smart man. Dean, you could be a master plumber. You know the money you could make. So, you know what I mean,
Friend of
Westy?
mine, a good friend of mine, he's a plumber in Ireland, and he immigrated to America here. And I mean, back there, he was like a first class. But when he came here, they gave him a high agent and said, you got here now. And then he's like, what? He's been he's got, and then he went into HVAC. And he cleaned up and that. He has his business. He's retired now, and he lives in Ireland, and he has a property on test, and he's got people.
Hey, Westies, you're pinging. Your voice is pinging a lot. I lost you there a lot.
Oh, can you hear me better now? I'm on the
Yes.
5G network. We see if I can get onto my Wi-Fi
No,
here.
you're perfect. You're perfect there. I could hear you perfect.
But anyway, yeah, cinder blocks are not easy to get up 4 stories on a scaffolding.
No, no. I was just on a 12-inch block job on scaffold. So I got some videos on my platform. I don't have to tell you how heavy those are moving them around.
Oh,
And
crazy, crazy. And then these guys I'd be working for, they would, you would get up the block up to them, and then they'd be ready for cement, and they'd be shouting, "Yo, this mortar pan's going to fly away. It's got no cement on it. It's going to fly away." So then you had to go back to mix some mud, and you're just grinding. But I didn't mind it. I was just a kid back then,
right,
I came here to America in my early 20s, and I enjoy construction. I've been doing it for 23 years, but
right.
I'm like you. I'm starting to feel it now. I'm 45 years of age,
Oh,
and I'm starting to feel it now. Framing and stuff like that, man, it's tough. Lifting on the beams and stuff. I got like neck problems and stuff like that, but it is what it is.
right, right, right. That's you know what? I don't want nobody. Like I say, Westies, don't feel sorry for. I get up every morning. I go to work. I run with these 40, 30-year olds, these older 20. I run with them still. You know, they got me, but they don't know that. You know what I mean? They don't know that. You just give them a couple extra whacks. They don't know what's going on. They're just like, wow, this old man could still keep up. This old man could still work.
Oh yeah, that's
Little,
what it's all about.
it is. It is. It's like, little do they know how bad you're really hurt. And you ain't gonna say nothing. And you just keep rolling, man. You just do the right thing. So, and like I said, now I'm getting ready to call it quits. I can't wait. because the new generation, it's just a little too crazy for me coming in. So
Yeah. So what, you were in the union, laborers union or something like that?
I'm in it. I'm a
Yeah.
member.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. You'll have a retirement. That's my only regret. I came to Philadelphia in '99 and I ended up staying in their area. And that's my only regret. I was asked in 2005 to join the Carpenters Union down in Philadelphia.
Mhm.
And I should have taken it because now I would be in good shape. I like chased after the money and stuff like that. And but now looking back on it, I should have got into the union. But it is what it is. I don't have any regrets.
Right, right. That's all that counts, Westy. You know what? It is what it is. I work with a lot of men. You know, I work Westies. We work hand in hand with the non-union too.
Yeah,
And
it's like that. It's like that down in Philly as well. But
right,
I
right,
would have done. I would have done a lot of Irish in the union down there. I would have done all right. The guy wanted me in there, but I just at the time I was doing subcontracting work and I was making good money.
right,
And you got to go where the money is sometimes.
right, right, right. Oh, absolutely. I know what you mean there, my man. Yeah.
But it was funny. I never was on a building site ever in my life until I come to America. And the five other lads that came out with me at the time, they all had. And I heard them one night laughing, saying, "He ain't going to last a week on that construction site. He's never been on one before. They'll kill him." So they will. And I said, "You know what, them bastards, it was the best thing I ever heard because that made me more determined to
Yes.
stick it out." And that's what I did, just to fucking prove them wrong.
Hey, that's what you got to do sometimes in that construction racket. You know, you give it all you got, and sometimes how many times I've seen guys quit. Can't do it. I could tell you stories, Westy, left and right. Getting guys in the union, they think, oh man, that's easy work. This is this, that. A day, 2 days later, they can't even get off their couch. Their wife's calling. Oh my God, what did my husband get involved in? Hard work. That's what he got involved in.
Yeah.
One time I put a guy with bricklayers. He just got in the union. The only work we had were with the bricklayers, Westy. And this guy was a big, old guy. And his wife, I got him some work. He couldn't get off the couch for 4 days. He filled in for somebody. They worked him so hard that he couldn't get off the couch for 4 days.
Oh, I believe I believe it.
Yeah,
I,
I
I,
mean,
I,
no
I
shit,
mean,
man. I was talking to him. He goes, dude, I thought you sent me to hell. I'm
yeah,
like,
it keeps you fit. It keeps you fit, so it does. I know the work I do. I do it all. Anything with carpentry in it, like the finish, the framing. I do it all, and like lately we've been doing a lot of a little bit better financially out of doing decks for people outside.
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And yeah, like we're just finishing up one there on Friday. But man, it was hot. But you're just sweating the whole time. But it's good for you, and it keeps you fit.
Yes, yes. And you know what? Another good point brought up here by Lloyd. They will pay in another year, not even, they're going to pay guys like us. They're going to pay us anything we want. I'm getting jobs, Westies. These kids can't do. These kids don't want to do. They don't have the skills. Just like Lloyd said, they don't even know what they're doing. They're looking for guys over 50 in my area that know what they're doing and have experience. They'll hire you just on that. That's how we can't find people to do construction work. It's amazing. And like Lloyd said, if I really put my head to it and, you know, when I retire and start something, I mean, I could make a ton of money on construction work. It's amazing. You know,
Yeah,
it might
no,
be, you hire a couple young guys, you know, make it worth their while, have them come with you. And I mean, just, tell them what to do, organize them, show them the right thing to do, and you can make some money. Nobody wants to do this work anymore. I don't
yeah.
know.
Everybody wants to be in a computer maybe in an office or probably at home and work from home on a computer. Nobody wants to go out and get their hands dirty anymore. It's crazy.
I mean, you hit the nail right on the head, brother. I mean, with everything, I mean, what do I want to say? With the dangers in construction alone, who wants to go do that when you could sit behind the computer? I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't
yeah.
know.
You'll not know when you retire. You'll not know what to do with yourself.
Well, this is what I'm doing. The YouTube.
Oh,
I
that's good.
already
That'll keep you busy. Yeah, that's that. I forgot about that. You're right. Yeah, that'll keep you busy.
Westies. I mean, this pandemic really messed me up because to make a long story short, as soon as the new regime came in, he shut the pipelines down. I was on the
Right.
pipeline. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna go into this much. Dean Do only had to work another 6 months, 8 months on that pipeline, and I could have retired. He closed the pipeline down. We sat because of that pandemic, Westies. I sat out a year. This is the first time I'm even talking about this. To tell you the truth, this is how what construction work. I couldn't wait to talk about construction work. I sat out close to a year during that pandemic. I lived off my savings, brother. Okay. I mean, finally, everything gets back to normal. I'm working. Don't get me wrong. I'm working. But what I make a week regular, I was making double to triple that on the pipeline. So all them working hours were going to my retirement. Like if I worked 1 week on the pipeline, I'd have to work 3 weeks on a regular job to get the
Yeah,
money and the working hours from that 1 week, Westies.
I know it's crazy. And then it's
So,
just overnight. It's somebody takes it away from you. It's crazy, isn't it?
I mean, and you know, what are you going to do? You can't go down there and start screaming saying, oh, this ain't, they don't want to hear it. You know, you come home, you lick your wounds, and you're like, all right, I'll just go back to work. All right, he put a brick wall in front of me. That's okay. Dean was a tough guy. That's okay. But yeah, you want to talk about depression, Westies. I was pumping for that retirement. I had it, and that when he shut it down and they called me, they said, we're not coming back, bro. That's it. Oh, I was sick, sick. Well, what are you gonna do, man? You know, what do real men do? We bounce back, We hit the ground, we bounce back up. That's all we could do. That's all we could do.
Yep. Yeah, that
So
happened to me, and that happened to me in 2008 when the recession happened. That I was doing really well, and then I was told one day, then brought into the office and told one day that we can't pay you what we're paying you, and we're going to let you go, and that was it.
I mean, you know what? As laborers, we're always used to that. You're on a job, oh, you're getting laid off, work slowing down. After so long, you get used to that. If it's coming,
Yeah,
you take it with a grain of salt, and you're like, okay, that's what I got money put away on a rainy day. We get our unemployment when we're not working. It's all that. So all of
yeah,
that. A
yeah. It's
lot of people.
part and parcel of the job. Yeah. I've been laid off a few times, and I'm lucky that I know people that needs carpenters. So you go from one guy to the next guy. You can. Yeah, I'm lucky networking and stuff and knowing people in the trade for doing it so long.
Right, right,
Uh,
right, right.
and
That's the best thing. When you got hookups like that, you're always working because a labor real fast. If you work with a carpenter, great. Being who works with bricklayers, carpenters, I work with masons, I work with operators. See, over the 36 years, I skilled myself with working with every trade, Westies. So if there ain't work in this field, at least I know what to do over here. Like I could build a scaffolding from the ground to the top of the Empire State Building. I could do that. That's what I do. If I had to. We don't
Yeah.
have buildings that high, here. We don't have nothing like that. So, you know, that comes natural for me. So I get a lot of scaffold work. I get a lot of carpentry work. I get a lot of bricklaying work. It's just like you said, when you got certain things under your belt that you know how to do, like pipe work, that's always good to have, the trade. It's what we call it. We call it a skill sheet. You know,
Yeah.
it's what this guy could do.
Well, here, let me ask you a question. And
Yeah.
uh, do you have many Mexicans or Spanish people on the building sites? Like, I mean, that are just like they just they they don't speak much English and stuff like that, and they might not even have a green card. Do you see them guys a lot?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do. I experienced it a couple times. I've you go to certain jobs. See, if our union contractors are signed on a non-union job, they get that bid. We got to go there. So if that's a non-union job, there could be one or two union companies on that job doing their work. They're still getting paid their rate. I don't care where I'm at. If I'm getting my rate and my money, I don't care. I'll work around anybody. So
Yeah.
in a lot of circumstances, that's what we have to do. And like I said, if you're a foreman or a steward going with the company, you're going to go on a job and you're going to be like, damn, what's this? You know what I mean? The whole crew. You don't understand a word they're saying sometimes. I mean, one day they're there, one day they're not there. It's different all around. But we get that. Everybody gets that. So it's
Yeah.
weird.
Around where I'm at here, just outside of Philadelphia, they do a lot of
Uh-huh.
drywall work, but they're too expensive now. They're just the same as the regular guys doing the drywall work, although
Right.
they will do it faster. Sorry, but their prices is crazy right now. I don't know. It's it's funny.
Yeah, the prices are crazy. I mean, the wood, how about the drywall? Everything's crazy. The prices.
Yeah, I know. They're what, like 6 7 months ago. $17 for a 2x4 by 10 foot in length. That's crazy.
That's,
$17.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's out of. I mean, I haven't been there lately, but I remodeled. I did a lot of remodeling of my house right before the pandemic,
Yeah,
so it wasn't too bad. I didn't see that price, the price gouging that they're doing. So I mean, yeah, it
it's
is
crazy.
crazy. It is, buddy. It is, buddy.
There's a
Well,
nice lady. You got a nice lady there in your chat, Carl. She's a nice woman. I always see her in the chats. She always says
yeah.
hello to me.
Oh yes, Carol. She's a very nice lady. Very nice lady. I've seen Carolyn like this last year. Like I said, I just turned YouTube and a computer on about a year and a half ago. So right away, this last year, I've been following a lot of shows. I've been following a lot of things, and
Hmm.
I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people from the chat rooms because Westies, the first 6 months that I was on YouTube, I didn't even know how to get in the chat room. I didn't
Yeah.
even know how to create a page, Westies. So Dean was watching all this stuff. And like I said, there's about two or three guys that helped me. I watched, I listened to their shows. One day I created the page and I started my own platform. I knew what I wanted to do, and I just had to get started. And the rest is history. I've been on here for about 6 months now, and I've been plugging away at it. And it's like another thing we said earlier. It's a part of my retirement and what I wanted to do. I just wanted to have a good time, fun, entertainment, get involved with something. That's it, bro.
There's another good person. Yankees for life. Another gentleman.
Listen, there's in my whole chat here is I have I could go right from the bottom. There's you right on my screen. Yankees for life. Mrs. Carroll, Weingild, great guy. Gianni Catalano, Goomba, I've known for a year. I've been talking. You know, it's Lloyd Christmas. I see him all over. Lloyd, good guy. Like we said, Carol and Carlos, Big Lou, priceless. Those guys are priceless to me.
Yeah,
So
good bunch of lads.
yes, Mob Rats too. I mean, these are all good people. These, I could. This is all I had. Westies, I'd be happy. I'm a happy man. You know, you
Yeah,
get more people.
I got into YouTube when this whole pandemic started. I stopped watching the TV because for my
Me
own
too.
mental health, they were really pushing it and stuff. You know what? I gotta turn this crap off. Like you know, the whole thing. So I started going on YouTube and going around, and I couldn't really find anything. And then one day, I started getting looking into the organized crime with
Yes,
a
yes.
particular focus on it, the Italian, because I read a few books and stuff like that. And I said, you know what? Let me just see if it, like, you know. And then the first person I ever talked to was a Scottish Grant Calder, and
Okay, okay.
yeah, and he was the first person to talk to in the chat. And I'm like, well, he's from Scotland, and he's, you know, I said, you know, I must stick with it, and I'm glad I did, you know. And
Right, right.
I tell you what, I made the day go by quicker because you know, I being locked down like that and all that crap was. I'm like you. I'm like a little bird. I need to be set free and keeping busy and stuff. So when that was taken away from me, I'm like, you know what? I need to, I need to get into something or start doing something, or else I'll go crazy.
That's exactly Westies. That's exactly where I was. You know, I'm sitting here the one day like, yeah, I'm like, I turned the YouTube on the TV, you know. Now I knew I could do it on the phone. You know, I'm learning all this stuff. And now all of a sudden, come to today, I got a phone, a dog in one hand. I'm juggling this, I'm doing that, I'm throwing live shows. I'm like, I never thought I'd talking. I don't even talk Westies. At 57 years, I mean, the first 40 years I did. I was a sociable guy. I drank. I did all that, you know. But
Yeah.
the last 17 years, my man, I put my head down, you know, to get this pension. Whoever thought I'd be talking to a computer screen, you know, trying to talk to it, this, that, the things I'm doing. I mean, my girls thought that they were ready to get me in a padded cell, my friend. They thought I was losing my head for a second here. But I love it. I mean, I love it. I love talking to people. Look, I have you on here. I mean, like I said, people I know I've seen before. That's all. With a good conversation, that's everything to me.
And
So
you're from the New York area, right?
yes, yeah,
Yes.
Buffalo, Buffalo.
Oh, up in Buffalo. I was up in Buffalo once up there at was up there. I was actually up there a couple of times. I was up at Niagara Falls on the American side, and
Yes,
and then one day it was raining, and my brother was visiting from Northern Ireland, and he had a friend with him. I'm like, damn, it's raining, and we don't have anything to do for the day. We'll drive over to Buffalo, and I think it was Route 71. I'm not sure what the route was, but it was from Niagara Falls over to Buffalo, and halfway across we stopped at a gun range, and we went in, and it was amazing. We had a lot of fun.
it had to be the Rainbow Bridge or the Peace Bridge.
Yeah, I'm going back 20 years ago now, so it was funny because I seen a big sign for a gun range, and them guys never fired guns before, and I said, "You want to shoot a few guns?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And we go on, and I was just going to rent a couple of handguns, but they said, "Are you from out of state?" I'm like, "How about out of country?" And we showed them our passports, and the guy says, "No, you can't have the handguns, but rifles. You can have the rifles." So I said, "Oh, let me get this straight. We can't have that Glock 9 millimeter, but you'll give us that AK-47." And he goes, "Yes." I said, "All right. We'll take the AK-47 and the
Yeah,
AR-15 and give me 500 rounds, 250 rounds for each weapon." And we spent the day in there, and it was brilliant. We had a good time, you know.
right, right. Nice, nice,
And we
nice.
went to we had good buffalo wings where they say they were first created in Buffalo. I don't remember the name of the bloody restaurant,
Anchor
but
bar.
that's it. That's it. We sat
Yep.
in there. We sat in there, and we ate wings after wings and drank our ass off, and we had a brilliant time.
Yep, the Anchor Bar is like the first chicken wing establishment in Buffalo. It's up on Main Street in Buffalo.
That's where we were.
Yep, yep. It's so good. They got very good chicken wings. They got very good food now. They expanded their menu down there, so they have some very good food. Very
Yeah,
good.
and then the last time I was from Buffalo was about 6 years ago. There was a massive storm that had like 3 inches of snow, and my friend has a roofing company, and I had to go up there and help him remove snow from roofs of
Oh yeah,
commercial buildings.
that was what the 17 blizzard.
Yeah, 2017. Yeah, we were up there. I still have the pictures on my phone that I
Mhm.
saved and transferred. But yeah, I never seen snow like it before. It was crazy. We had to bring in uh, what was it, like 80-ton cranes, 60-ton cranes, and we brought up. Oh man, we had like about 150 people up on all
Right.
these different roofs, and because you can't, people say, oh, you can take a snowblower, but no, you can't,
No.
because there's so many mechanical lines and gas lines and stuff. It's got to be removed by hand. So you got snow shovels, a crane with a big fucking, sorry for cursing,
No
a
worries.
big, yeah, with like a big cargo net, man. Them guys in there like crazy, digging snow off, but it was good money, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you know how much snow I removed that winter? Oh, yeah, yeah. We had a lot of snow, emergency snow shoveling. So,
Right, that's what it was. And then that same winter, Boston was getting hit hard as well, and they had over 8 feet of snow up until that point. And we were up in Buffalo around December time, and then we had to go up to Boston in the end of January, and
wow,
we're up there for 3 weeks. I was making $1,000 a day, a thousand
that's
dollars a day.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Beautiful. Yeah,
my
yeah.
buddy, my buddy, my buddy. He was in charge of it. It was his gig, but he wanted me to be like his helper, like a coordinator or like a supervisor for him. And he
Yeah,
said,
right.
I will pay you $1,000 a day, cash money, and your expenses and any hotel, all your meals, everything." And I said, "Fair enough." I spent 3 weeks up there.
Wow, wow. Hey, for that kind of money, why not?
Yep, and we're eating steak and lobster every night. Coming back absolutely exhausted, eating
Right,
a big
right,
steak and lobster dinner, going up the stairs, sleeping for about 4 or 5 hours, and then back out again at it the next day.
right, right. Well, see, Westies, a lot of people don't realize or understand. When you're working that hard, working that many hours, I love it because you don't have a chance to spend the money.
Well, that's
You don't even want to spend the money because you're so tired from working and you just want to sleep
oh,
until it's
exhausted,
over.
exhausted. Yeah, I put like I was in the mindset that I was back in the military, and that was like a military operation. You got 4 or 5 hours sleep if you were lucky,
Yeah,
and you went out the next day and you were working like 18, 19 hour days. And but hey, the money was great, and it came at a good time for me back then, you know.
good, good, good. The mindset's everything. Like you said, that I put myself in places that people will never even think of just to get going. You got to do it sometimes.
Yeah, and I had up in New York. I was in New York in 2006 for St. Patrick's Day, and it's probably one of the best St. Patrick's Day celebrations I ever had. Was up in New York in Times Square and stuff like that. I had a great time.
Right. We have a beautiful St. Patrick's Day parade here. I love it.
Oh, amazing, amazing.
My daughter's born on St. Patrick's Day too.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's a giant celebration, and they're half Irish too. So
Yeah, I couldn't believe how many Irish people was in the police department and the firemen, the fire department up there. It was crazy.
it's it is what it is. It's even
And
same way here.
Italians too. It's not all Irish, but there's a lot of Irish in there. You know, there's a lot of Italians, and
Oh
and
yeah,
NYPD and NYFD and stuff like that. There's interesting. Now. Very interesting.
But it's funny you say that. I'm 100% Sicilian, and my carpenters, they're German Irish.
Oh,
So
okay.
the guy, that's the old man came out of Ireland, and the other one came out of Germany, and Dean German Irish trained. You can forget about it. He only knows the hard way. You know how many times I hear that?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, even Sicilians work like dogs too. I mean, when Irish, the Germans, the Italians, I mean, they just have one way to. They just work, 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 work. You know what I mean, Westies?
Oh, it's
But
amazing. Yeah, it's like
it's
it's
just
funny. It's like that in the UK. Well, back in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, a lot of Irish people leave Ireland because there's not much work, and they
right.
go over to England, particularly London and Manchester. And there's people like over there, they wouldn't jump down into a foundation in a hole. So if you go in there and it's something that has to get where a machine can't get in, it's got to be dug out by hand. You look
Mhm.
in the hole and there's a paddy in there, as they call him, an Irishman. You know, it's funny.
Right, right, right,
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
but
I mean, it's
yeah,
my carpenters were the Irishmen. I'm sorry, were the German, and my bricklayers were the Irishmen. So it was. I tell you what, it was a pleasure. You know what I mean? It was just I had the best of every world. It seemed like so. It was so much fun.
yeah. I've worked with a lot of Italians over the years. Uh, Good carpenters.
Hmm.
Uh, they're like from Philly and stuff, from South Philly and stuff like that. But yeah, you don't want to piss them off. You don't want to see that Italian temper. It's funny.
I know all about that one. Hey, we have a lot of tempers around here. I'll tell you that much. It's crazy. Well, you know what, Westies? It was a pleasure having you on. I'm about to go eat
I hear
something
you.
around here before I have to get up early. I get up at like quarter to five, 4:30, quarter to five every morning. So it
Yep.
is what it is. I
Thank you
get
for
around
having
here.
me on. It was a pleasure being on your show, and I'd like to say goodbye to everybody in the chat. And I hope everybody
Absolutely.
has an amazing week coming up.
Yes. Westies,
And
you're invited anytime. Anytime
nope,
you're in, tell me to drop the link. We'll get you on. We'll talk. And I'm going to have construction stories a lot. So
there you
you're
go. Yeah,
invited
I'll tell
anytime.
you a couple of stories that I picked up over the years.
Okay, buddy. Sounds good.
All right, adios. Good talking to you.
Yes, you too. Be safe. God bless.
God bless. See ya.
Yes, that was so much fun. Let me tell you something. I never expected this in a billion years tonight. I had a guest on, construction talk, ready to get my booty whipped up there. I better go eat my some food and relax. That was so much fun. Oh, broken cassette. You got it. Anytime. Thank you for coming in and listening and enjoying the show. I really mean that. Rat Trap City. How are you, Goomba Paisan? Your show. Don't ever make me laugh that hard again that late. Okay, I forced myself to stay up. I did good. Under the boardwalk. All right, I'm tired. I'm getting stupid right now. What a show. Okay, that's why you see me going like this right now. I still got the pain in my left side from laughing so hard. Oh, some good stuff. Some good stuff. Let me tell you, that's some good stuff. I just I gotta stay up. I got to stay up. I was doing good. I was in my other show, and then I started the nodding. Oh, so yeah, any rat trap anytime. Like I said, we're gonna do something. We'll do something. I've been so friggin' busy. I don't even know whether I'm coming or going. Auntie, gotcha. Oh, okay. Let me see. Did I miss anybody? I just gotta go through, make sure I didn't even know Rat Trap came in there. Talk. Weingild was drinking his Sicilian white wine tonight. Sicilian white. Weingild, I have some good stories if you're still listening. I'm going to get, I was too busy talking. There's a couple good wine and cigar stories I want to tell you about. Dindo's experiences with them. And the wine and cigar, I was just at a cigar club. I messed up on that one. All right, everybody. I love everybody. Thank you for everybody for coming in. Westies, thank you for a great show tonight. And if I'm not tired this week, I'm going to do another live and hit up with everybody. And Rat Trap, I'll be keeping an eye on your next show too, Bubba. That's always a good time. And everybody, hit the like and subscribe button. Lucky the dog ain't here. She took my dog tonight. You know what? Before I get aggravated. Love yous all. Be good.